Alright, what's up y'all? Booney here. And I'm here to teach you about team tactics and team strategies and team build. Alright, so I'm gonna start with team build first. Alright, so what team build is basically balance between the positions. So for example, running 3 centers is a bad idea, right? Also running 3 power forwards is a bad idea, right? Everybody knows that. So like you gotta balance it out. You know what I mean? And that leads to strategies and tactics. You gotta have a team strategy. Alright? And we'll get to that in a little bit. Alright, so let me give you some examples. Alright guys, here's example 1. Oh yeah, and another thing, I would like to point out that this is only for 3-on-3 mode. This is not for 1-on-1. Ignore the my team 1 and my team 2 thing. Ignore that. This is just a combination of positions that's, used to build the balance. Alright? So everybody know what small forwards do and shooting guards and centers and the rest, right? Everybody knows what those positions do. Now you gotta build a balance for it. Sorry about that, I have a cold. Alright, now for the balance of this is that we have somebody that can shoot good, which is Kim. We got somebody that can slash through defenses and shoot real good, which is Joey. And we got somebody that can protect the rim real good and support the team, which is Big Dog, right? So you gotta build a strategy around it, right? But this is just a good team build, alright? Now here's a bad team build. Alright you guys, here's an example of a sort of bad one. It's good and it's bad at the same time. Alright? So I'm gonna start the bad part first. The point guards is only used to be good for assists and steals, right? But they can't shoot real good. See what I mean? The only person that can shoot real good is Kim. And on top of that, if the other team was to have a center or power forward, they'll keep getting dunked on. See what I mean? They won't be... Sometimes they'll be able to stop them, but they won't be as strong. For example, Helena stopping Big Dog from dunking. That'll be tough. It could happen, but it'll be tough because it won't happen every single time. See what I mean? Sorry about that. And another bad thing is they can't get the rebound if they got a bigger team. I mean, a bigger person on the other team. So if Kim was to go for a 3 and miss, Big Dog or whoever that's tall could just get the rebound back to back. See what I mean? And oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, now that's like the only bad things is that they can't get the rebound and they can't defend the rim real good unless they go against smaller people. Now the good thing is that they could steal a ball, right? You got 2 people who can steal a ball. You got 1 person that can shoot real good. Now, don't get me wrong. Paige, sorry, sorry, man. Ugh, I have a cold. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right. Sorry about that. All right, now Pedro and Helena only can steal a ball and pass it around. And don't get me wrong, they can shoot, but their shots ain't consistent. You know what I mean? Ever since the new update, they did something to their shooting, to all the point guards shooting, to the point where they really won't be making shots that good for real. So, sorry about that. So, I mean, you could use FS albums, but it'll still kind of be icky on the shots, you know. So the only thing they're really good for is just passing the ball around and stealing. So if anything, they just gonna keep passing the ball to Kim so she can shoot. If that's the strategy, see what I mean? It's it's good, but it's bad. All right, so let's look at another one that's kind of good but kind of bad at the same time. All right, here's a much more balanced team right here. Now, I would like to point out that each team you build will always have a weakness. All right, so no matter who is on the team, the whole entire team will always have a certain weakness, no matter who it is. All right, whether it's a good balance or a very, very bad balance, they'll have some good stuff and bad stuff. Just remember that. All right. So this team, I'll start with the bad stuff. One second. All right, sorry about that. Now, the only bad thing they can't do is like if a bigger person was on the other team, they can't block him and they can't really get the rebound. So that's like the only bad thing. But they have some several good things. This is a good thing right here. So one good thing is that everybody can like get through the defense. You know, everybody knows Professor. He could dribble. Carolina and Joey, they could dribble. So you got, excuse me, you got defense cutters. You got people who can shoot real good, except for the Professor. I mean, he could shoot, but he a point guard, so his shots won't be that consistent unless you got a powerful FS album. But it still really wouldn't make a difference, really, because of the new patch. So you know, so Professor, he can basically just steal the ball like any point guard and pass it. Sorry about that. He could just basically steal the ball and pass it like any point guard. And on top of that, since Carolina is a shooting guard, she got the ability to make threes. Not as good as Kim, but I have a FS album on mine. It's like a 5-star FS album, and she can like make threes back to back with it. I mean, that's the reason why I included her. I mean, it's still possible even without that to make threes. All right, so she can, get points for the team, and she could dribble for setups. Like set people up for certain shots or things like that. Joey can do the same thing, but he can't score threes, but Carolina could score threes, so that covers that up. That covers that disadvantage up right there. So you gotta you gotta think about how to build your team up, and then you gotta apply it against who you're going against. So like, you know how you start a game and you don't know who's on the other team? Just get a build going right there. Just get a build going, and if it don't work, call a timeout and build another strategy or team. Build another team about that, and then produce another strategy on it. All right. So now let's go to strategies. All right. Let's go to strategies. I'm gonna get a team and I'm gonna put the team on the other side, and I'm gonna explain both the strengths and weaknesses and basically what the outcome is gonna be. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, I chose this team to go against them. Alright, now let's say this is an actual 3-on-3 game. Alright, now what strategies would each team use? Alright, this is how you make your strategies. Sorry about that. Alright, but this is how you make your strategy. You build your team, and when you build your team, you gotta strategize on the role of the whole entire team, not just the positions, but the team. Alright, so you remember how I said the shooting guard, Carolina, she's also a defense cutter as well, and she can score threes. How would you put that in a strategy? See what I mean? Joey, he's a defense cutter, but he can go to the rim as well and make accurate shots. Professor, he can steal a ball real good, and he's a defense cutter. He can dribble, and he got things that allows him to go to the rim, like a certain layup, special layups, so, and he has the alley-oop pass, and he got the fake layup on Prestige 5 as well. It's the skills you gotta think of. Alright, 1 second. Alright, now, how would you put that into a team strategy? Alright, this brings up another point, team strategy. Alright, so let's say, I don't know, okay, let's say I got my Prestige 5 Carolina, and two of my other friends controls Joey and Professor, right? I mean, I'll come up with a tactic like, hey, screen for the person with the ball so they can pass or shoot, or if you can, screen for the person who don't got the ball so they can receive a pass without nobody trying to intercept them. You know what I mean? Like, stand in front of them and like slap the ball down and get it for a turnover. This game is all about getting open, so you gotta screen for your teammates to allow them to get open to receive a pass or to make a shot. See what I mean? So using these skills and the screens, how would you make that happen for every character? See what I mean? How would you make that happen? This is how win streaks come, y'all. This is how win streaks come. Alright? So, how would you make this happen? That goes for the team on the left. Now, for the team on the right, we got a defense cutter, and he's an excellent midpoint shot shooter. Joey. Big dog, he is like a team supporter as well, cause he could like it got what is it, touch block or I can't remember exactly what it was, but he could block the ball, and as he blocks it, he passes it to a teammate. So I think it's called block pass. I, I don't know. I don't really play with him, so I gotta look at it again. All right, so he could support the team that way, and he could protect the rim, and he could dunk on littler people. All right, so Kim, an excellent shooter, could score 3 points. 3 pointers, like literally everywhere on the court. So like if they need points, that's the main person to give it to. So their strategy will basically be like excuse me, their strategy will basically be like screens for Joey and screens for Kim. Since Kim have strategies that revolves around the screen, she would be best fit for it too. But Joey could also be beneficial to the screen as well. Because if people blocking him from trying to dribble, just screen for him and he'll get back easily. See what I mean? So that's pretty much the strategy there for the team on the right. Now here's the disadvantages, the team on the left has against the team on the right. Excuse me. Now, team on the left cannot get the rebound because of big dog. See what I mean? It's possible, but if it's a good big dog player, it ain't happening. It ain't happening that much. um, Another thing is that they they can steal, which is like a good advantage over the other teams. So like they can steal real good because of Professor. So he can steal and pass it to who he want. But good players will constantly keep ball movement. So they'll keep the ball moving. So like they'll just keep passing around against a point guard. So like it could be good and bad. And like that's basically the only bad thing really. They just can't get rebounds. They could do everything else but rebounds. Okay, now the team on the right only has one defense color. So that's 1, 2, there are 3 on defense cutters. So, one center who can support the team with passes and little special techniques like that. And one good shooter. Well, one excellent shooter. The other shooter is Joey, but the main shooter is Kim. So now, developing a strategy means you gotta choose like the main character of the strategy, which is absolutely Kim, on the other team that's on the right. So like you gotta screen everybody screens for everybody, not just one character. That way more points will come. What I see is that some people know this strategy, but if they run into Kim, they always give it to a Kim because she could score the most points. You should give it to everybody. You know what I mean? Pass the ball around to everybody, screen for everybody, so more points will come back to back. Because at some point in time, that Kim is gonna miss. See what I mean? She's gonna miss, and then Big Dog could like get the rebound. But sometimes, what if he don't get the rebound? See what I mean? You gotta make better decisions. Make a three whenever you like really have to, or whenever you open. You know, so yeah. But that same concept go for this one the most to the other team. Sorry, to the other team the most. This concept go to the other team the most, the team on the left, because if they shoot and miss, Big Dog most likely is gonna get the rebound, and then they're gonna utilize their strategy, you know, and then it's just gonna be an all-out war on the court. Just screening. I cannot. Sorry, I cannot talk. The most important thing about this strategy is the screens. You gotta screen. I'm gonna say it over and over. You gotta screen. Screen. You gotta screen for your teammates. Alright? They gotta screen for you too. Okay? This is the only way to get people out of the way and stuff. Alright, so that's just both the team strategies. Now, who's likely to win is the team on the right, because not because of Kim, but because of Big Dog. He can get the most rebounds and everything. That's just who's like the team is likely to win. But I could be wrong. See what I mean? Like, you don't, anything could happen. You could choose to fight that with fire, or just swap out one of the small ones and put a big person in there to make it more, you know, more stable match. Alright, so I'm gonna create another one. Let's look at this one. Okay, now for this matchup, take a look at both the teams, right? We got two big people. Krista is the center. Murdoch is the power forward. So it's pretty balanced in a way. And both teams could get the rebound. So it'll be a war, a rebound war. You know? And the team on the right has a shooting guard, which means this person could shoot twos and threes. And they got a point guard, right? Now the team on the left does not have a shooting guard, which means they have a disadvantage. So Fred, the guy with the pink hoodie, he could score threes all day if he that good to do it. But how will they catch up? Joey's 3-point success rate thing is not that good unless you get a I don't know what, a FS album. I never got a 3-point one, but I'm pretty sure there's one on here because they got them from everybody. But even though with that still on there, I still say that his three still won't really be that good. So if they falling behind, excuse me. So if they falling behind on the score, the only thing they can really do is rely on Helena to steal a ball and give it back to them, so they can keep scoring, right? But see, Professor on the other hand, he can steal a ball and get it right back and keep the cycle going. See what I mean? So it's basically war now. Like it's war. Like it's about to go down. They just don't have no person to get uh like to get ahead with the points. If they fall behind, it's really nothing they can't really do. Like the game is over. It's a blowout. See what I mean? I mean, unless their defense is real good, you know. Like I said, anything could happen. Anything could happen. But the team that's likely to win is the one on the right. See what I mean? But I could be wrong. You never know. I could be wrong. So when you do things like this, like developing strategies, before you go into a game, you and your team got to develop the strategy first. Like get whoever y'all gonna pick, and then think about it. Before you go into an actual game. Excuse me, and then just play. And if something's not working out, swap your characters. Just swap the characters during halftime or before halftime on a timeout. You can do that as well. And keep in mind that the other team could swap out as well. So even though you change the character for the better, you might have changed it for the worse. See what I mean? Gotta be careful. Stick with your strategy and screen for everybody. You gotta screen. I know I said it a lot, but it's true. In this game, you got to screen. You have to screen. That's all I can say. Like you gotta screen. You wanna win, you gotta screen. So yeah. But anyways, people, this is how win streaks come. Alright? And I mean big ass win streaks. Now, my highest win streak was about what? I think 15. But my friends, like some of my other friends, they were like in the hundreds. Like it's crazy. Like in the hundreds, 200s. Crazy. But this is how win streaks happen, y'all. Right here. Develop a strategy and utilize it. And you can choose to fight that out if y'all want, or switch them up. Alright, so that's basically it. And I hope this helped. Remember, you need mics for this. Mics only. If you ain't got no mic, how can you communicate? I hate to say it, but that's just how it is. You gotta have a mic. Well, if you don't have a mic, you could still like screen and stuff. But just stick to the plan. And choose the main character for the plan. For example, most shooting guards are like the main person of the team, so everybody is gonna keep screening for that person so they could get the three. See what I mean? But on the team that's on the left, in my opinion, the main person would be Joey because he can shoot. He's the only good shooter. See what I mean? He's the only good shooter. So, besides that, try to screen for everybody else besides that main character or the main person of the team. You know, so that's it. I'm out. This is the final tutorial video. Uh, just do your best. Communicate. Use teamwork. Don't ball hog. For God's sake, don't ball hog. Don't ball hog. And you know, keep the ball moving around. Watch your surroundings, cause the game constantly work against you. You know, just have fun, utilize the strategy, go for the streaks. If you lose, don't let it get you down. Just keep playing. Just keep playing. Just keep playing. Just keep playing. And as you play, you'll learn to utilize other strategies. And before I go, I want to do one more. All right, just one more. All right, so one sec. All right, now for this last part, do you notice anything different? Look at the team that's on the left. You notice I put two shooting guards right there, right? Here's why. Just because I said that you can balance stuff out, like balance your team out with the positions. If you and your teammates got a special strategy that's like really good, you can kind of disobey that. Like that won't really matter to the team anymore because y'all got something special planned. See what I mean? So that balance stuff won't really matter. But again, you still are gonna have some disadvantages. So like it's okay to like completely ignore that. But you gotta have some sort of strategy or you won't be able to pull nothing off really. Like you gotta have some sort of strategy. That's how 3-on-3 is. You gotta have a strategy using screens. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the team on the right though. We got one shooting guard, person who can shoot threes and twos. We got a center, which is Krista. And we have Helena as the point guard, still pass and assist and all that. and and they got alley-oop support. All right. Now, bad thing about that is that well, they have an advantage about the rebound, but the bad thing about it is they have no person that could, you know, get around defense. You know, they don't have a small forward, and they don't have no skill that actually get through the defense. But well, Fred, he can like fake people out and stuff. It does get through the defense, but if the person can read you real good, none of that really matters. So, I mean, you can call him a defense cutter if you want to, but I'm gonna call it 50-50 on that one. So, yeah. So, they have no way to get through the defense. The only thing they could do is, they got dunk support, block support for the rim. They have, Helena could steal a ball and then get it right back and utilize the strategy. You know, Fred real good at shooting, so you know, normal stuff. Now the team on the left got two good shooters, both 3 points, and well, except for Carolina. Carolina's in between. Excuse me. But she can still shoot threes pretty good. Back to back sometimes. Uh so they got three shooters. I mean two shooters. And one person who can get the rebound. Now in this situation, like on this team strategy, you gotta utilize the screens. That's just how it is. They both got things that allows them to get open. For example, Carolina got back roll turn. Kim got jab step and a fadeaway. See what I mean? Like they got stuff that could get them open for a shot. Oh yeah, and the dribbles. Carolina's dribbles. And they can screen for each other as well. You know, is very good, very good. Excuse me. It's very good, very good. But they don't have a point guard. See what I mean? They don't have nobody that could like steal a ball real good and give it back to them. See what I mean? It's always a weakness. It's always a weakness on the team. Remember, you can't avoid it. It's just how it is. You can't avoid it. No matter how hard you try to make it, everything will seem even, but it's really uneven in some ways. That's just how it is. But anyways, that's it. That's how you basically utilize strategies. Remember, get yourself a mic. You gotta talk to people in parties, you know, to actually do this stuff. Alright, so experiment with different team setups and with different team team builds, and you know, make sure you pay attention to what skills you got. And oh yeah, the team that's likely to win will be the team on the left because of the shooting ability. But see, Helena can steal a ball pretty good, so I'll call it 50-50. You know, so it's war pretty much. It's war. But remember, screen, plan a strategy, utilize it, use mics. Those are the four main things. Alright, so that's it, man. Just find yourself a crew with two other people and experiment. Everybody listen to each other. Don't ball hog. For Christ's sake, do not ball hog. Don't ball hog. Pass the ball around, share the ball. Shoot when you open. Pass when you're not. You know, all that other basic stuff. You know. Excuse me. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope this helped. This is the final video. Now I'm gonna upload some footage, I guess, like of me playing, or me of whoever else I'm playing with, I guess. You know, the usual stuff. Well, it's not usual now, but it will be soon. Was thinking of doing another video. Was thinking of doing a video on Professor, but I kind of don't feel like doing all that dribbling. really take a lot out of you. But yeah, just practice this stuff and see what you come up with and screen and communicate. Teamwork. I'm Boney Boney, and up there say Boney killing them. And yeah, peace out.